So guys, you've just saw my greatest reset video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it's a different perspective on things that you see all around us. Now, from my video that I basically used as inspiration that I made many years ago, I had another extension to it. I called it the vowels. Now I showed the celebrities, world leaders, people in power using hand symbolisms, and people have seen it from the horns to the hidden hand and all that. I call that the vowels, basically like pleading allegiance. It's them showing I solemnly promise to follow you, God, or a deity. Remember, a vow is basically you are dedicating you to someone or something or a deity. So they are basically doing these hand symbols. And remember, if you've not seen it, me spell etymology video on actor basically showing you that they're an agent. So they are agents and they are showing you their allegiance to this God, the God of the vowels. Remember, vowels, vow to L. So that's why I called it. Now, I would have included in that, but I just thought, you know what, there was a lot of information going in, and I like to bring this theory back every few years just to freshen it up, show people what they're missing from the back catalogue. There's so many videos, guys, if you only had time to check. So what I thought, you know what, I'll split it up. I showed you the video last week, the greatest reset, and today I show you the celebrity edition. I showing you why they're doing this hand symbolisms and what to and who, because it's all the vowels. And it's a mindstorm. Remember, this is just my opinion on what I see, and people will get triggered. People are still fighting for truth, and they don't even know the word truth does not mean what they think it is. It's tied to the Roman goddess Fides. It's where we get the word confidence from. So this is what's happening. People do not like you bringing these theories out, showing you that there's another opinion on what is seen. Now, am I saying it's right? No. But it makes sense to me, and it makes a lot of sense to you guys who's watching at home or wherever you are today. So when you think about it, these celebrities, world leaders doing these hand symbolisms are showing you basically their vows, their promise, their allegiance. Now you go and watch what I'm going to include, and then I'll come back and hopefully you will agree on what you see. Hopefully. So they are vow, they are promising, but who to? Who to? Is it the God I talk about? There were so many names that I've showed you for years. Yes, but it also goes by another name, A-E-I-O-U, and some of you out there will recognise, yes, that is the vowels. This all stemmed from the Great Vowel shift. Great Vowel shift. It happened in the 12th to 18th, 19th century. And their God is called A-E-I-O-U for a reason. Because that is a name. Whether it's a secret name unto them, who knows. I want to show you a little few things on it. Then I'm going to show you all the hand symbolism is basically them doing the vowels. So, correlation between various theories and interpretation of the name of God, A-E-I-O-U, the name of God, A-E-I-O-U, used to signify a monotheistic or ultimate supreme being from which all other divine attributes derive, has been a subject of ecumenical discourse between Eastern and Western scholars for over 2 centuries. In Christian theology, the word must be a personal and a proper name of God, hence it cannot be dismissed as a mere metaphor. On the other hand, the names of God in different tradition and sometimes referred as symbols, the question whether divine names used by different religions are equivalent has been raised and analysed. So it's just intriguing that when they're talking about the name of God being A-E-I-O-U, and obviously in Hebrew there is no vowels, etc. But it's crazy to think about, and that's all I ask. One definition of the name of God, A-E-I-O-U, was given by Alicia Mulford as that name which passes into the common forms of thought. The author states that in its derivation it may be an ethical significance. Other writers suggest that the name of God represents the nature of God. The attitude as to the transmission of the name in many cultures was surrounded by secrecy. The pronunciation of the name of God in Judaism has always been guarded with great care. It is believed that in ancient times that the sages communicated the pronunciation once every 7 years. This system was challenged by more recent movements, did this in Egypt too. The nature of the holy name can be described as either personal or the attributive. In many cultures, it is often difficult to distinguish between the personal and the attributive names of God, the two divisions necessarily shading into each other. So it's talking about a secret name of God, which we all knew. Could this be that? Or is this the modern twist of the great vowel to L shift period when they changed the vowels? Who knows? Here's something now from Exodus. Then Moses said to God, if I come to the people of Israel and say to them, the God of your fathers has sent me to you, and they ask me, what is his name? What shall I say to them? God said to Moses, I am who I am. And he said, say this to the people of Israel, AEI has sent me to you. God also said to Moses, say this to the people of Israel, AEI, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob has sent me to you. This is my name forever, and thus I am to be remembered through all generations. AEI sounds like the vowels, doesn't it, guys? So here's some more. The Torah further describes the role of Aaron, who acted as Moses' mouthpiece and conveyed the name of God distinctly to the Israelites, transcribed as YHYH in biblical Hebrew, conveyed the name of God distinctly as AEIOU to the Israelites, the secret name. The pronunciation of AEIOU is described in Psalms 8:2 by the prophet who wrote, Thou hast made babes, infants at the breast, sound aloud thy praise. Several thousands of years later, commentaries additionally suggest that the true pronunciation of his name is composed entirely of vowels, such as the Greek, I can't pronounce that, as they allowed the creation of the language, thus conveying the absolute infinite potential of God's character. However, this is put into question by the fact that the vowels were only distinguished in a time period by their very absence due to the lack of explicit vowels in the Hebrew script. The resulting substitute made them semivowels, and glottals, known as tetragrammaton, is considered the proper name of God in Judaism and is not ordinarily permitted to pronounce it aloud, even in prayer. The prohibition of the misuse, not use as well, of the name AEIOU is the primary subject of the first commandment. So you can see why it's intriguing me is the talking of AEIOU being such a secret name. It is not able to be said only once every 7 years, and we know this realm is spells, and this is a powerful name. Remember, like when Isis found the secret name of Ra and was able to control him. See, once you have the name, you have the power. That's why everything gets labelled. I've been talking about that for so many years, guys. So it's intriguing, this, because you have the Holy Roman Empire, the monogram basically is AEIOU, and it was said to be a device. Now, it's intriguing about the Habsburgs and the Holy Roman Empire that they went from one black eagle to two double-headed eagle from the great vowel to L shift. It's like the changing of the vowels from one god to another, and this is a time period that I've done a few videos on, and it just blows me away. It's one of the biggest finds that I believe I've found, that when all this happened, forget people saying there's resets every so many years. I'm showing you the reset when everything changed. All the sciences were brought in that they use today, because this realm is full of spells and they wanted to control it, and this time period is when they did it. And we're showing you in this video, this short bite-sized video, that there could be a name of God called AEIOU, and they're doing secret hand gestures and symbolism right in front of our eyes because they're not allowed to say the name out loud. To me, that's a wow, guys. So here goes, guys. This is the A-E-I-O-U and how they're doing it in secret using the hand gestures and symbolism that we've always seen. So letter A, Aleph. Turn the A upside down and you'll have a good sense of its original shape and meaning when it was introduced around 1800 BC, resembling an animal's head with antlers or horns. Get the horns. The original meaning the letter in ancient Semitic was an ox or a bull or like an ibis type of thing. So when they're doing this hand gesture, what you're seeing on the screen now, people think, Paul, that's not the horns, that's not the horns. I believe people have got it mixed round, or they could possibly use both if you really want to. But yes, you're right to question. And yes, it's also the hand symbol, hand sign for I love you. But people will say, no, the devil horns is at the side. And as you can see, I've put them both on the screen. But here we go, guys. It is A, Aleph, Al-Lef, like I love you. The L and the ox, the horns is the A, and the L is the Aleph, which is the thumb sticking out. It makes an L shaped. So now you can see how I'm going at it. They're showing you these symbols in plain sight, and just maybe I have it wrong, which there is all possibility, but it makes sense. So the letter A, the etymology is an ox, the horns. Now remember, it's the horns with the thumb out. Now we'll see many doing it, so you can see it, and it's under this guise of I love you. Isn't that handy? I love you. Well, they're saying I love you. But they're saying it to their God. On to the letter E now. The E of 3,800 years ago, which is an 11, pronounced heh in Semitic, resembled a stick with two arms and a leg, meant to signify a human form. The Greeks flipped it around in 700 BC and changed the sound to eh. Now, as you know, not a video not long ago, I showed you the other etymology of the letter E, where it was a person standing up, rejoicing, like that was saying, and the Greeks flipped it. Now, the hands up, the raised up, is like a praise, rejoice symbol, but it also represents the letter E. So you can see why I'm saying when they have their arms up like that, they are doing the letter E. So there we go, guys. So far you've had A and E. On to the next. So it's I's time. Around 1000 BC, the letter I was Yod, the finger or hand of God. The Greeks adopted the letter as iota and changed it to a vertical squiggle by 700 BC. So guys, this is self-explanatory. When they're doing this, they are doing the I. So we have A, E, I done so far, guys. Hopefully you can see where I'm coming from. I just believe they're hiding that A-E-I-O-U in plain sight by doing this. So we're up to O, and as you can see, this one's going to be easy. O starts its life on Egyptian hieroglyphs around the time of Eminem as I. Semites call it ayin, but with a guttural sound that sounds like k. Think Hebrew kamin or came. The Phoenicians reduced the I to just the outline of the pupil, our O. So you can see how this one is so easy. The I symbolism that they do in pictures and putting the 666 OK over their eyes or covering one eye. This to me is the easiest of them all. They are doing the O. So we've done A, E, I, now U, and O, we just U to go. So guys, what do you think? I think I was onto something when I originally did this. I believe they're just, like I said, I keep saying, hiding in plain sight. And who would know this? That they're doing the vowels, a name of the God, by doing all these hand gestures. It's just something to think on, isn't it? So we're up to U. And here we go. There's a lot of confusion among the letter U, V and W. According to Roseanne, the Phoenicians began using a letter that looked like a Y around 1000 BC. They called it Wa, meaning peg. The Greeks adopted this to be and called it Upsilon. U, which it does look like a Y also, but what got me is how this resembles when they do the horns. Just have a look. If you put the peg bottom with the two fingers, that to me is quite identical. So that is why I theorized that the horns represents this, and not the other way around. Obviously, it's just my interpretation. I could be talking bollards, but to get more than one would be not bad. To get two, to get three, I got five. Five secret society gestures, the occult gestures, and they are the vowels. The vowels to L, the vowels. How crazy is that, guys, to get all them to match, which is hard to do. You would think it was hard to do, but it wasn't. Now think about it. It's A-E-I-O-U and sometimes Y, I believe. Y. Well, Y back in the day was a U. And if you think about it, how many celebrities you see doing the cupped hands or doing the oh my god with cupped hands over the faces? So in theory, I could include that as well. But I thought, you know what? No, I'm just going to do A-E-I-O and U. So guys, what do you think? Do you think I'm batshit crazy? Do you think I'm on something? For you out there who's watching for the first time, who's not watched the back catalogue or watched the other videos that I've included this, it's a combination of all the videos that made me think of this. When I talk about the sacred bone to sacred tone, the vocal chords, the voice of God, the word of God. What is a word? What is the name? Who's his name? What's her name? Does it need a name? I always thought God doesn't need a name. We only seem to label things to keep it in this frequency, to keep it in this medium. That's why we label things. Even label has the deity at the end. Crazy, isn't it? I've always just been fascinated. I've gone into various communities and said, could it be something else? Think about it. I walk into a room and I treat it like a crime scene. You are scanning things. You are looking beyond what you can see. Obviously, the light affects it. The shadows change objects. It's how things become hidden, are hidden in plain sight. So I'm walking in the room. I scan it. I look at this. I think, it's this. If the symbols are showing you this, but my intuition is screaming to me, no, it's this. Okay, I go on my intuition because my intuition is never wrong. Someone else walks in the room, scans the room, does the same as me. Their intuition is screaming, no, it's this, but it's not the same as mine. Well, my intuition is never wrong. How is that possible? A third walks in, does the same. Intuition is saying them something different. Fourth, again and again. Does that mean our intuitions are all wrong? Or is what we see defines our intuition? Correlates as more than one thing. It's like, a squiggly line. We're taking detours to get to where we can see. And it's always intrigued me that why do our intuition always say something different? Is yours right? Is mine wrong? Is mine right? Is yours wrong? Or could we all be right? Does anything really matter in a magical realm where everything that we think seems to come to fruition? They're trying to control that power. I've showed you all the videos over the years. And when I'm talking about the vowels, the vowel to L, they are changed. It's like we owe a debt to another deity. The Bible talks about, if I'm not right, I might be wrong, that God said he went to the council of the gods and there was more than one God. And this just seems like a fight between deities, and then you think, well, I do believe in a God, a creator, but which one is it? Is there only one? Are they others just idols? Wouldn't one God say it was an idol? To me, God wouldn't complain of something like that. If God was a chief God and created all this, he knows what's there and can easily stop it. So there's all the semantics of things in this, that you were there or you'd be there forever. It's like a prison. We're keeping ourselves in this trap by keep researching and keep looking. It's like we're feeding the system with our thoughts and our energy. And sometimes it's like, do you give in? Is that the way out? Well, if the way out, you need a password and they've changed everything in these vowels, can we not get out? Do we keep coming back? So all these things, there's no right, there's no wrong, and it's never ending. Because when you think about God's name, I bet you people at home are screaming, this is God's name. And I bet there's more than one people shouting a different name. Well, where did you get that from? Or an ancient bit of writing? So it doesn't mean if the older writing, does that mean it's correct? Or I saw it on TV. Oh, and then someone pipes in, well, television. Well, where'd you store a book? A scroll? In a library. So we can do these playing with words. And anytime we are involved, things can be corrupted. Was there a time it wasn't corrupted? Quite possibly. But this influence of another logos, another word, another frequency into the medium has changed everything. It's corrupted the core. And when I'm looking at this and seeing in symbolisms that celebrities and world leaders use, and I'm told it's this, I'm told it's that deity, I'm told it's that deity, I'm told it's that demon, I'm said it's this, and this. And I'm like, oh, it doesn't make sense. So what I've always done is I've always took a step back and looked at something and looked at another definition that makes sense, that I can use as a gateway to another topic. And when I'm doing this, looking at the vowels, and I see the symbolisms that, well, a F used to be a bull or an ox. So could that be the horns? It's plausible. Doesn't mean it's right, but it's plausible. The E, the rejoice, looks like a squatter man. The vocal cord, the voice of God, the word of God. I, the yod, the hand. The O, the ayin. And then obviously the U. And obviously there's a Y and sometimes W. So it's a mind blower. Are they showing a secret name for God that they believe in their hand symbolism? It's like their vow. It's their like pledge of allegiance. It's them saying, hey, there's my loyalty. There's my secret name. Keep it secret. And you have all the gods and all the different gods and all the different demons. And we don't know our ass from our elbow, because we are told when someone says something with authority and confidence that it must be true. Oh, well, here's a book from the 18th century. It says it's this. No. Well, I've got a book from the 17th century. Oh, well, I've just found one from the 16th, the 15th, the 14th, the 13th. And all the way you're going back. And then you've got, well, time is a man-made construct. We didn't need these vowels. We used our thoughts. So you're in a no-win situation. And it's like, you can't do anything. So this is just my personal opinion on it. I am not clever. I am not any better than you at home or wherever you're watching this video today. I'm just trying to get through this realm the best I can, make my life a little bit better, my family's life better, by being a good person. But my good may be not what your good is. Who knows? I mean, just look at the word evil. It means good God in the old etymology. And then you will have different languages, Latin, Old German, and it's just countless. Is it just the English language that they did this in? Or is anyone out there that's smarter than me seen these types of actions in Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, whatever language you speak? Have you saw a variant of this happen to your language? But I can only work with what I can do. And I'm seeing them talking about the vowels, the vocal cords, and seeing it's all connected and all this hand symbolism that they're doing. I mean, you only hear people talking about, obviously, Masonic and the 33, the 32. I swear I've seen someone where it goes up to 99 and beyond. Well, why don't we talk about that? Because it's not popular. It's like me talking about, obviously, Janis Yalos and how he's the bridge between everything, and why it excites me, because I see it. He's the janitor with the keys, the frequency keys. So that is, we all have our go-to topics, and this is mine. And I just found this fascinating that they had a huge reset, so big, and yet no one saw it, where they changed the language. They made everyone be able to understand curses. They want us using technology. People say evil and technology is a demon and so on. We're using a scrying mirror, we're using a Ouija board, we're using a mouse, the cursor, you're using a cursor on your phone with your finger. So it's like, okay, well, let's just bin everything. Well, how are you going to get the word out then? Unless you stand on a box and tell people. We have to use what we can at our, our hands. And I'm just blown away by when I look at this and when I revisit this and want to share it with you, because I see it all the time. People stating facts. It's this. But why do you have to accept what that channel has said, what that ancient text has said? Go and look for yourself. There's holes in my theory because it ain't perfect. I'm not perfect. But what I find just makes sense to me, that they're showing you the secret word. And it's even crazy, like in word Greek is it logos, and that's logos. And it's like logos are used for companies because it's their word. And if God created this realm, in the beginning there was the word, and remember, the word, when a God says it, has an L in it, so the word becomes the world, the power of the vocal cords. And they are showing you the hand symbolisms, eye gestures, and everything else they're doing. They are actors representing the company, the secret societies. I'm just mind blown, guys. So hopefully you find this fascinating, and hopefully you can use it as a stepping stone. And any inspiration found in this makes me proud. I'm not here for anyone to say this is fact or anything. I'm just here doing the best I can. I've give up on trying to get the channel growing, because I lose countless subs I'm losing hundreds and hundreds. I constantly getting ignored by other channels. I've reached out and I've just give up now. I've just given. I'm just going to crack on doing what I do best, and hopefully you guys find that good enough to give me your blessed time. So guys, remember, if you like these types of videos, go and check my back catalogue. There's so much in there, guys, that it would shock you. So go and watch. Some are bad, some are not bad, some are brilliant. So remember, like it, share it, subscribe it. And if you do find it fascinating and appreciate my hard work that I put in, you can always keep the lights on, as I say, by buying me a bar. The QR code is there, and the description will be in the chat. So guys, remember, I'm saying, not as a fact, that the celebrities, world leaders, are showing you the secret name of their God, the vowels, the vowels to the L in the hand symbolisms. I think it's crazy, but I think it just fits. So stay safe, always wear a smile, and don't let the bastard grind us down. Bye! Bye, guys.